All right. So welcome to our full moon meditation. My goal is that we have these with the cycle of the moon every 28 days, because not only is meditation really important to our lives, there is some power to be harnessed when we begin to follow this pattern of the moon cycle. We are drawn to the moon, same way that the tide is. And the cool thing about the moon is it really taps into the soft side of us. The sun, that's our power, that's our yang. But the moon is the soft, the compassion, the acceptance, the tolerance, the patience. And so when you begin to learn and understand what the moon provides, it helps to soften you from the inside out. And that's a pretty great place to be. So what I want you to do before we actually start, I asked you to have something to write on. So I'm going to hold this up and I want you to write these 3 sentence stems. So here comes the teacher in me. It says, I release myself from, and I want you to keep it blank. I forgive myself for, and then keep it blank after that. And then I give myself permission to. So right there, I'm going to keep holding that up. Just write the sentence stems. Don't fill in the blank. Just write those out. I'm going to give you just a little bit of time. I release myself from. I forgive myself for. And I give myself permission to. Just draw a line after each one or leave it blank. And then once you write those, just set them to the side. And I'm going to give you just a little time right here to write them. And I'm going to just make sure everybody understands. This is meditation practice. This is not something we are trying to achieve, that we're trying to perfect, that there's a chance that we'll do it wrong. It is meditation practice. It is a chance to show up and find our way into the present moment. Even though our body finds some stillness and some relaxation, we actually become a little more alert than we are when we're crazy, busy, and moving. So meditation is not a time where you get sleepy or you relax everything in your mind. It is truly a time when you become fully present. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So just give you a few more seconds, write these stems down. And if you missed part of it, at the very end, we're going to come back to these and then you can just jot those down as well then. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to find a comfortable spot. Some of you I know are outside, some of you are at home inside, wherever you are. It's really cool. We got folks in different time zones, different cities, different places in the state, in the US, all joining together under the exact same full moon. And so what I want you to do is I want you to get comfortable. I want you to sit so that your physical body doesn't distract you. And once you think you're comfortable, close your eyes. And then I want you to notice, however you're seated, are there any spots that are restless? Any little spots you need to kind of work out or shift or move? There's not a perfect posture for meditation. The posture needs to complement your physical needs. And so I need you to find a place where your physical body doesn't distract you so you can stay present. That's the goal. So as you begin to get comfortable, I want to frame our time with this quote. I shared this in class just an hour ago, and it says, the sun sees your body, the moon sees your soul. So what I want you to do is gently just close your eyes. Don't squeeze them tight, just close them gently. And if you're able to, keep them gently closed throughout our time together. I'm going to guide you with my words, with the thoughts that are on my heart. I'll allow it to grow quiet for little bits of time, so it's just you being present. But as those eyes close, it allows you to bring your focus internal. The sun sees our body, but the moon sees our soul. Start to look inside at your soul, at your spirit, at your heart. And then before we actually begin, I need you to give yourself grace, because your mind is going to try to go somewhere. That's what it does. It stays busy. But instead of you getting frustrated or following that pattern of thought, just bring your focus back right here. Let my words and my voice help to keep you present. So don't get frustrated if the mind wanders. Just come back. So our focus tonight is love, peace, calm, and acceptance. Allowing those things to take up and fill up every inch of our soul. Love, peace, calm, and acceptance. So from where you are, on your home, in your home, in your yard, wherever you're seated, I want you to take 5 long, deep, full breaths. And before you begin to exhale, pause for just a second before you blow it out, and then let it all go. Breathe 5 times, just like that. Long, deep inhales. Pause for just a second, and then let it go. Find the rhythm of your breath. And as you breathe, I want you to become fully present. We're not worried about tomorrow. We're not worried about an hour from now. And we are not thinking about yesterday or an hour ago. Allow your breath and your focus on it to bring you to this present moment, the here, the now. I also want you to breathe into the spots of tension in your physical body. Don't ignore them. Notice where they are, the shoulders, the hips, the hand, wherever you have tension, just notice. And every time you breathe a little space into those places and let the tension go. So from wherever you are seated, I'm going to ask you to let your hands turn up for just a second. So the backs of your hands just rest on your legs. Palms are open, and notice. Notice your hands. Notice the air touching them. Notice how they feel. Notice the palms, the fingers. And then very gently, I want you to begin to squeeze both hands closed. Just as tightly as you can, wrapping the thumb on each side, around the fingers, around the knuckles, and keep squeezing. And notice. Notice how the hands feel now. Squeeze a little more. And then slowly unwrap the thumb. Extend your index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, the pinky. And now notice your hands. Notice how quickly the tension was able to leave because you allowed it to. So let that be what you use your breath for across these moments that we have. Breathe in, release your tension. You can either keep your hands open right there, or you can put them back in your lap, put them together, and allow me to take you on a journey. The universe has an incredible way of matching our vibrations. When we put out feelings of gratitude, we can almost feel in the air around us that it softens. It feels a little more positively charged. The universe matches our vibrations. When we put out frustration, it seems like the moments that follow, nothing can go right because the universe matches our vibrations. When we feel low or sad or alone, the same thing happens. When we give into those feelings, the vibrations around us begin to match what we're putting out. But I want to tell you tonight, as you sit there and breathe, that breath, that's your anchor. Feelings of frustration will come. Moments of sadness and loneliness will come. But if you are anchored to your breath, you can change the vibration. So for the next few breaths, just breathe. Notice how you feel. Notice how the mind might start to go one way and you bring it right back. And as you sit there and breathe, maybe repeating in your head, I have the power to influence the vibrations around me. I have the power to influence the vibrations around me. Continue to breathe. And as you do, I want you to sit nice and tall wherever you are and be ready to receive what this night has, what these moments have. The moon represents the softer side. It is one of the most predictable things we have in nature. Each night after today, it will get a little tiny bit darker. Until about 28 days from now, everything begins to shift again. It's stable, it's predictable. We can count on it. And as you begin to picture the light of that full moon, I want you to also picture the breath in your lungs. Just imagine how it looks as the breath fills you up and as everything relaxes when the breath leaves you. The moon can be an anchor up in that night sky. The breath is the anchor that you carry with you every moment of every day. I have the power to influence and change the vibration. Just continue to sit there and breathe. And as you picture that glorious, bright full moon, I want you to imagine the light shining on your face. It's almost like you feel when the sun shines and warms your cheeks. See it. Believe that it's there. Grasp the love and compassion represented by that light. Continue to sit there and breathe. Believe. The sun sees our body, but the moon sees and touches our soul. And now picture the same light of that moon brushing across your forehead, across your eyes. That incredible, powerful, bright light touching that third eye right in the center of your forehead, your intuition, your insight, your wisdom. And as the bright light of the moon touches that third eye, it shines a light and reminds you you can trust your intuition and know that you have the power to influence the vibrations around you. Picture that same bright light brushing across your eyelids, across your eyes, so that what you see is bathed in light as well. It will not change the things that happen around us, but it will change how we see them. Continue to sit and breathe. Believe. I have the power to influence the vibration around me. And then picture the light of that moon touching your heart, filling you with unconditional acceptance of you, touching your heart, filling you with grace and patience for yourself. Imagine the light touching your heart, filling you with feelings of worth and value. And I want to remind you, you have the power to influence the vibration around you. And as you sit there and breathe, believe that you are filled with unconditional love. You are filled with kindness and compassion. You are filled with grace and patience. And then just imagine yourself projecting that out into the vibrations around you. Continue to sit and believe as you breathe. I want to share a mantra with you. I'm going to say it a few times, nice and slowly. And I encourage you that as I say it, maybe audibly, maybe in your mind, that you will repeat it back. I now release what no longer positively serves me. I now release what no longer positively serves me. And I open myself up to receive my highest good. I open myself up to receive my highest good. I now release what no longer positively serves me. And I open myself up to receive my highest good. I want you to sit and just breathe for the next moment. No thoughts. I'm going to say that mantra a few more times as you sit. As you picture the light of the moon filling your heart, touching your eyes, bathing that third eye. I now release what no longer positively serves me. And I open myself up to receive my highest good. Be still, be quiet, just be. And as you continue to sit, the way we're going to close our time is when, as we begin, I asked you to write 3 sentence stems and leave a blank at the end. What meditation does for us is it reveals things. We become acutely aware of the patterns of our mind, the tensions in our body, and our commitment to this present moment. So whenever you are ready, I encourage you to pick up your paper that we started off with and see what pours out of you. Fill your blanks in. Your first sentence was, I release myself from. See what thoughts come to mind and write it there. I forgive myself for. See what comes and write it there. And then I give myself permission to. See what comes and write it there. And then once you've written your thoughts, just set your paper to the side and just be for a moment longer. And as you've set your paper down, I encourage you, bring your hands to heart center and press the palms together, sealing your promise and your commitment to yourself. Meditation is a practice. We practice being present. We practice focusing on the breath. And we practice unconditional acceptance of where we are today in this moment. My hope and my wish for you is that whatever was revealed to you tonight, it will guide your thoughts through the night. And just like that bright light on your eyes, help you to see a better and a newer perspective tomorrow. Thank you for joining me in this time, for allowing me to be part of this precious, precious moment with you. Namaste. You are welcome to stay logged in as long as you like, or I will say good night. Sleep well under the light of the full moon. Good night. Good night, my Corey. I love you. And your mama too. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
Well.
Good night, Kelly. Thank you.
Right, Sam, you're welcome.